to me, what Caitlin's been able to do in a short period of time has been very impressive, right? And so, because I know people are like, oh my God, you said she wouldn't be good. But I didn't say she wouldn't be good. What I said was I didn't think Caitlin or Angel would come into the league and dominate immediately, which I don't think either of them did.
Come here and dominate off the rip. Averaging 17 is not dominated compared to averaging 30-something for 4 straight years.
But that was also like the first half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like after the break, I still don't think she's dominating.
You serious?
Let's freaking go, Caitlin Clark. Way to prove those haters wrong. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Caitlin Clark owning the WNBA media by winning the Rookie of the Year award. Caitlin Clark has been a transcendent player for the Indiana Fever this past season as she totally changed the culture of their franchise. Not only that, but Caitlin Clark was able to become the face of the WNBA in just one season. Before I say anything else though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So here it is. Should Caitlin Clark have received unanimous votes for the Rookie of the Year award? Absolutely. Caitlin Clark should have won that award going away. I can't believe that Caitlin Clark did not receive every single vote for the Rookie of the Year award. There was no other candidate that was even close to making the impact Caitlin Clark made on and off the court. The one person that did not vote for Caitlin Clark has to be a huge Caitlin Clark hater. Caitlin Clark did everything she possibly could have on her willpower to get the Indiana Fever to the playoffs, and not only that, she had a phenomenal season. And some people are saying, oh, Angel Reese was the better rookie, but in reality, Caitlin Clark was the way better rookie in terms of impact in winning and on the statistics sheet. In terms of impact on the game, Caitlin Clark was actually able to elevate her teammates around her. The Indiana Fever were a dumpster fire prior to Caitlin Clark coming over to the Indiana Fever. And what did Caitlin Clark do game after game after game? She put them on her back and she was able to elevate her teammates. Now I'll say this about the Indiana Fever. They need to get her some better teammates because she's going to need some more help if they hope to contend for a championship sooner rather than later. Caitlin Clark cannot just carry the load each and every game. She effectively was playing 1-on-5 basketball at times. Obviously, some people in the mainstream media don't care about that because they just want to create false narratives surrounding Caitlin Clark, all because she's a white girl from middle America. Instead, they want to promote the black woman and Angel Reese. I want you guys to listen to this clip of Monica McNutt making an idiotic take about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. This was back in July of 2024. Roll the film.
My Rookie of the Year is going to go based on the standings. Okay. Because I think that is how you have the opportunity to measure impact.
And the sky is right above them.
And the sky right now are in the playoffs, so you'd have to give the nod in my mind to Angel Reese. Look, the double-double streak that she's rocking and rolling, chasing down, 12 double-doubles to start is the record that spanned over 2 seasons. She's already gotten to 11. I think when you sit back and you look at what's around her, head coach Teresa Weatherspoon in her first year, there's not another #1 draft pick on that roster currently. There's not another all-star on that roster currently from years past. Indiana, they are building blocks.
Yeah.
Aliyah Boston, Rookie of the Year, #1 pick last year. Obviously, Caitlin Clark this year. Kelsey Mitchell has had big-time seasons over the course of her career. So there's more there in terms of the supporting cast around Caitlin, but both of them have been incredibly impressive. And I think those odds don't really indicate how close this race is.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That was one of the dumbest statements that I had ever heard from Monica McNutt. And obviously Monica McNutt was driving an agenda. Monica McNutt has a strong hatred for Caitlin Clark because she's a white girl playing basketball in the WNBA, better known as the Woke National Brat Association. That's a little nickname that I came up with for the WNBA. The reason why I call them the Woke National Brat Association is because that league is filtered with a bunch of woke people that like to cry and complain all the time like a bunch of brats. Obviously, you look at how Angel Reese is woke brat #1. I say that because Angel Reese cries for fouls all game, and the fact that she's constantly crying for more attention all the time. You look at how Angel Reese is constantly begging for attention on social media at all times. She's constantly running her mouth all the time, and she always wants credit when she doesn't really deserve the credit whatsoever. She also tried to be a stat padder and try to pad up her double-double totals. That failed because everybody got to see how she was padding up stats, and it was not helping the Chicago Sky win games whatsoever at the WNBA level. That's why the Chicago Sky didn't even make the WNBA playoffs, while the Indiana Fever did make the WNBA playoffs. I found it interesting how Monica McNutt tried to argue how the Chicago Sky had a better record than the Indiana Fever, which meant in her mind, Angel Reese deserved to win WNBA Rookie of the Year instead of Caitlin Clark. But if we were to use that logic, then that means Chet Holmgren should have won Rookie of the Year instead of Victor Wembanyama. I'm not saying that Chet Holmgren isn't a great basketball player, but if we were to use the logic Monica McNutt used for Angel Reese being a better basketball player than Caitlin Clark in her rookie season, then yeah, you're going to have to use that logic for Chet Holmgren over Victor Wembanyama. But of course, no one is saying that because that's an idiotic take. And by the way, just for Monica McNutt, the Indiana Fever finished the season with a better record than the Chicago Sky, so that means her argument didn't even hold water in that department whatsoever. But even if it did, it was still flawed logic. Monica McNutt came off as an absolute idiot. I also want to expose this woman from The View. It's a TV show aired on ABC in the mornings. Her name is Sunny Hostin. She's one of those woke women that you see on TV talking in the mainstream media. She made a horrible take on why Caitlin Clark is a popular player in the WNBA. Of course, that's what happens when you start thinking like a woke woman. Roll the film.
Caitlin Clark is bringing this money, these sponsorships, we hope, into the league, and other players will benefit from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white, because she's attractive. And unfortunately, there still is that stigma of against the LGBTQ plus community. 70% of the WNBA is black. A third of the players are in the LGBTQ plus community. And we have to do something about that stigma.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Yeah, see, this is what happens when you use race to determine who's good and who's not. Obviously, this is reverse racism at its finest. That's why I called Caitlin Clark the white woman version of Jackie Robinson. You look at how people like Sunny Hostin are straight up telling lies about why Caitlin Clark is a popular basketball player. Look, Caitlin Clark is not the most attractive woman out there. Now, I get it. She does look pretty good for a WNBA player, but it's not exactly like Caitlin Clark looks like a model. Caitlin Clark looks like your typical next door neighbor that has a nice daughter living with them. Obviously, what do I say when I talk about getting the face of a sports league, getting people that are relatable? Caitlin Clark is relatable to the everyday American. Now, the only thing I'm going to get on Caitlin Clark is that she likes Kamala Harris as her president. Personally, I don't agree with that on Caitlin Clark's part, but whatever. We can have different political opinions as long as you don't try to force political opinions amongst other people. It is what it is, though. Obviously, Caitlin Clark is a great basketball player. The future is looking bright for the Indiana Fever. I made a video on Caitlin Clark a couple of months ago saying that the Indiana Fever were going to make the playoffs even after starting off the season with a bad win-loss record. I knew Caitlin Clark was going to get the job done for the Fever, and that's exactly what she did. Whether people in the WNBA want to admit it or not, that's the truth. And if you don't like it, well, get out of here because nobody likes you anyway. So that is why Caitlin Clark should have received unanimous votes for the Rookie of the Year award, as she was a phenomenal basketball player in the WNBA. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the @DustinNashTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinNashTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinNashTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out.
I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, Check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.